So, guys, how are you guys doing today?
We're good. I'm good. How about you?
Yeah. I want to introduce you guys to Kay and Blake. So, I want to ask you guys first. Well, Kay, I want to ask you, what got you into the wine and coffee?
So, my brother started Enoch's about 18 years ago, Enoch's Stomp. I came over to manage it about 7.5 years ago. It was supposed to be a 2-year agreement, and the idea of having a coffee wine shop came up, and I said, "Yeah, I'll stay for that." Rather, I was from Seattle, Washington,
Right.
and moved over here, and then go back. And we're thinking about opening Fredericksburg, a coffee wine shop, and that piqued my interest. Yeah, I'm totally interested. Let's start a shop. So it just seemed a little far to make that jump, 5-6 hours away. So we decided to go to Jefferson, which is only 20 minutes from Arlington.
Correct.
To just kind of start it. And with the coffee wine there, it seemed like a good pairing, very novel, and loved it. It's done well, and therefore we decided to open in Tyler.
I wanted to ask you about, kind of looked over your information on your business. I was wondering, what really got you guys to buy that horse ranch?
It was a horse ranch when my brother bought it about 2004. The couple were going through a divorce, so my brother got a decent deal. And he was never into horses. He was into wine and growing grapes and just nature himself. So he converted the horse ranch eventually to a tasting room there. And then next door was the house, which you would call the lodge. And they turned that into a fine dining restaurant. It's not a horse ranch anymore. There's cows, no horses.
Right. So I seen that you guys first opened up your guys' first shop in Jefferson in 2019.
Correct.
So I wanted to ask you, what were some of the obstacles you had to go through?
That's a great question. Always, okay, I'm more methodical. I like things in place and be in place before I open. Just building it out took longer. We rented out, I think, in October, give or take. We thought it'd be 2 months. So the obstacle was just kind of building it out, to build out the whole thing. So we decided, let's just, rather than be methodical, try to get both sections open at the same time. One side was coffee, one side was wine. Let's just focus on getting the coffee side built out. And we opened about April 13th of 2019. So that was one obstacle. And then 3 months later, we opened the wines.
Right. So I did want to talk about the coffee. Here, sir. I wanted to ask you, flip the page here. What started you on your master roaster journey?
I don't know about master roaster, but started with just coffee in general. So growing up, being able to go into a place that felt welcome, able to have communication with people, meet new people. So I liked the environment. Didn't know a lot about coffee. And then moved into working at a shop, moved into opening a few shops, and then really got a really cool job with Porch Culture Coffee, another local business here, and just fell in love with the whole process of roasting, the science, the consistency, ordering everything.
So I kind of wanted you to kind of, you always call it being inspirational. So what do you really look for? So when you first get, first thing you get is a bag of coffee. So what do you do from there?
So you get green coffee.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, this is about you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. All the steps.
The process starts as I really try to find a ethically sourced coffee.
We should do it like that.
Yeah, that's good.
So I try to find an ethically sourced coffee and order the coffee. It gets shipped usually in bulk. So last order I did was about 1,500 pounds. It's relatively small. For most roasters. Get the coffee. I start the process of doing small batch roast to kind of get the taste where I want it, and then make adjustments off of that. And then take the green coffee, weigh it out, put it in the big roaster. I have computer programs that I use.
Computer programs
for graphing. So I can graph temperatures, the rotation of the drum, the gas input, the air input. Because the thing with coffee is you want to make it as consistent.
Correct.
So the only way you can do that is by logging. So a lot of roasting is logging.
Right. Thanks for that. I have a question to ask you. So how does your day normally start?
Wake up, usually make myself a cup of coffee.
Right.
Come in, I start the roaster. I have to let it heat up, so it takes about 30 minutes. And usually in between time, I come up front here, dial in espresso, and then come back over here. And usually I'm just roasting for here currently, so that looks like figuring out which origins I need, how much, and how long.
Right. Okay. Actually, Danny, since you've been standing there so nice, I want to ask you, how did you manage to get a partnership with Porch Culture Coffee?
That's probably more of your question, because you probably can answer.
So we don't currently use Porch Culture because we roast all of our own in-house now. And that was more before me, but how I found out about here is I worked for Porch Culture before I started here. So they came in.
Yeah, we actually, I can answer it too. We kind of just looked around, want something local, and Porch Culture was the best. And just wanted to kind of start there. So we did carry their coffee first, to like kind of got the roaster in, which is great. We need to take a picture of that. And yeah, and then we have Blake back to work.
What about expert?
Well, the thing about Blake is if we can mention this, his friend worked at Porch, Jonathan, right? He has enough clout to get his blessing. You okay to say that, right? Yeah, and I admire that about him.
I think you're very humble. So you know.
Yeah.
I just think I'm realistic. I don't know if I'm humble.
No, so that's our guy. Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
God is blessed.
Right.
And Porch Culture is phenomenal. 10 out of 10.
Right.
Great company. Great owner. So.
Just want everything worked out for you. I want to ask you something about, I know it's the community work you guys do. I noticed you guys do discounts for UT student staff and first responders.
Yes.
So how much do you guys give back to the community?
Military. As far as funds?
Well, I mean, just even discounts itself, that's good. I mean,
Yeah, what you mentioned, yes, in military as well. And then we have the wine code as well for 15%. So I don't know if that's really giving back to the community.
well, I mean, you helping people. I mean, the way the world is nowadays.
Yeah.
I think we just believe people work hard in certain aspects, and we want to help give that discount just for.
All right.
Is that what you meant? I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Oh no, you're fine, man. That's a very big thing. I mean, I say not very like companies to give out discounts.
Yeah.
But speaking of
Least we can do.
all right, I want to ask you, how do you manage to stay ahead of competition?
We're getting there. We're ahead of the competition. But we have just Blake here with excellent roasting and get that perfected.
She's saying expert. I don't know about expert.
Well, you get it.
I
It's like getting a doctor's degree, right? It's going to take time.
Because I was looking at Master Roaster last night trying to figure out a question for you.
I mean, I'll take it. I don't know if I agree with it, but I appreciate it.
And it's still a learning curve for you, too.
Always learning.
Yes.
Well, man, what were you doing before you started roasting?
I worked at another local coffee shop.
So you just did coffee your whole life?
About 6 years, roughly. And then I used to teach home barista classes as well. So I've kind of always been in coffee.
Right.
Roasting's relatively new-ish for me in the last probably year and a half, 2 years. Well, no, 2 years. So roasting's the newest form of coffee for me.
Okay. I have another question for you. Why did you choose this location?
We thought it was just great centrally located between UT and the woods. Right in between. To be honest, I originally wanted to be downtown. Just kind of the area, I checked it out. I've never been to Tyler. Wow, this is a cool vibe. Tyler itself is a cool vibe.
Right.
This was over 2 years ago in May. And I just said, John, my brother, the owner, we need to be in Tyler at some capacity. So So we searched and just found this building, and we were going to rent this portion. There's three portions, and we decided, oh man, let's just buy the whole thing.
Right.
So we hopefully turned all three units into all Enochs. First unit, second unit are all Enochs. The third unit is vacant, which we hope to move the roaster over there.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question, it just seemed like a good spot.
Right.
You're sandwiched in between this very different crowd.
Right.
Golden.
I mean, most college students drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you have a nicer neighborhood, which we'd hope would pull in the wine.
Right.
So it's right in the middle of really two groups was the main intersection.
Right. Let me tell you, you happy you didn't go downtown?
I think so. It'd be nice to have both spots.
Right.
Eventually, downtown in here, but we're not there yet. But yes, I've realized that we probably are the right spot, and I was wrong on that.
I'm confident. So I want to ask you something. Tell me about Enoch's Chomp.
So Enoch Stomp is my brother's creation.
Either stomp or chomp.
Oh, Chomp. Did you say Chomp or Stomp?
Chomp, he said chomp.
I said
Chomp. Okay, so sorry. Enoch's Chomp is our bistro next door, which we just we had some issues, but we reopened about 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Revamped the menu, revamped the inside, and just had a new berth with that. So we have some great food. We've got some burgers. We've got some great salads. We've got the Korean, but also the Asian flair as well in there. So
Our chef's got a really eclectic
yeah.
taste.
Yeah, so he's come up with some creations that are different from hopefully other spots.
Right.
To bring in that crowd. And hopefully we'll have some flatbreads and pizzas in the future as well.
So I gotta say something. So what got you to open up a whole nother place over there? Instead, you got originally the coffee and wine, then you open up a whole nother spot.
Yeah, so good question. So coffee and wine and some food on this side. I'm gonna keep it simple. My brother's a foodie and just that with food you got wine, you got food.
Right.
So the idea is to bring some fun, food, and atmosphere to this side, and bring in. Well, right now we're just pretty much lunch, 11 to 4, 11 to 8 Friday and Saturday, but we hope to extend those hours up to 11 to 8 every day, except Sunday.
Why are you guys closed on Sunday?
Why are we closed? Let's buy ourselves. We just need to be closed one day a week, whether that's Sunday or Monday. We chose Sunday. Right.
Give staff a break.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So what do you got as a vision for the next 5 years for the company and yourself?
For here, the company?
Growth.
Yeah. And exposure and just getting lots of well-known names. We're in Tyler and hopefully other regions, cities and towns as well.
Yeah, we're really wanting to make it a destination.
Yeah.
So that's why we own the whole section here, and we want to turn it more into like a campus vibe, more so than individual businesses.
Correct.
So we really want to work on building an atmosphere that people would be willing to travel to.
Right. That's very smart. I want to ask you, what is your favorite wine or coffee?
Oh man, depends on the day. Right now we're trying the Tyler Gold, which is one of my favorites we created for Enoch's Tyler. I really like this one. It's a blend of Cabernet Merlot and Syrah. It's been our best seller, one of our best sellers. It depends who I'm with. It is too. If they want some sweet, sure. I really like most of them. All of them at some point.
Right.
So, what's my favorite? That's so hard to answer.
Oh no,
I do.
It's based on your mood, how you feel.
Yeah, and I love our blueberry wine. Our Blue Bayou is excellent.
I've tried it once.
He's excellent.
But you had me try it.
Yeah, that's right.
You look very good.
Yeah, sometimes I'm the sweet mood and have the Tyler Select, so it's very sweet, very popular.
Right, but you have different lines of wine.
Different lines, yeah. So when I first came here 7 years ago, we had maybe 20. Now we're probably 55, 60. So that's my brother. Throw anything in the wall. See what sticks. Let's try this. Let's try this.
Right.
So yeah, we've almost tripled in what we have as far as variety.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite kind of coffee?
I'm a drip coffee guy. Drip or just a plain old espresso. And then wine-wise, I really like our Norton.
Like a sweet and bitter
Norton,
drink.
it's pretty dry.
So Norton's a state-grown grape that we grow at Enoch and Halton. We can't grow Cabernet because the Pierce disease, sharpshooter would kill the plant, live longest than others. So Norton's one of our state-grown property, and it's a very popular dry which like.
Right. I want to ask you kind of a business question.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you, Like, do you need any permits regulations to open up your own winery?
Yeah, that's more of my brother question, but yes, there's a lot of steps to, a lot of paperwork, which he handles, thank God, to get to that point where he just knows how to do it. He's done it before, so yeah, there's very lot of regulations.
Right. I've seen, you gotta do live dance here.
We're working on that. We're trying to book a musician maybe a few weeks to see how the reception is. You know, it's hit and miss right now, but
Well, you're trying.
we're trying, yeah. So speaking of that, we have Jim Taylor tomorrow, Saturday, July 9th. So anyway, so yeah, we're working. We're hopefully bringing some. I don't know about bands, but pretty much just a single person with guitar background.
I'm actually proud of you guys when you guys are still growing, you guys still want to progress, or you guys still want the company to grow. I mean, I think it's the best part.
Yeah.
I feel like in the business, I feel like we have to understand that it's okay to be nervous about something. I feel like you gotta take risks.
Yeah.
You gotta take risks. I want to ask you about business. How do you balance work and life?
Sleep. Sleep and work. Try to do friends and just have that balance. Yeah, I try not to overwork myself. I'm a little older, so not my energy as I used to. But
Still looking great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, but it keeps me young, I guess. Hopefully, the wine as well. So I try to keep a balance. Or that occurs all the time. I'm pretty consumed with this business, Tyler, right now.
Right.
So being in the infancy stages, anyway.
How do you guys keep a work-life balance?
Yeah, spending it with friends, playing some music.
You play instruments?
I play.
Multi-talented.
I'm not.
Yeah, he's humble.
I play a few instruments, but not very well. I know a little bit of certain instruments.
You know more than me, man. I can barely pick up the bass guitar. I can barely pick
You
up.
drum and you play guitar and
Subpar.
Subpar.
Subpar on this.
and you sing.
I
He was in the band. We can't bring his music.
I don't know yet.
We're not there yet.
You know, my music can't be played here.
I don't know. Everybody got their own art.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, what's the next location you guys want to try to go to?
That's a great question. So my brother, our group, my brother and I and my nephews are kind of Joe Coco. That's a partnership. It's abbreviation of our names. The vision was to have 4 to 5 locations in 4 to 5, meaning 4 to 5 locations, 2024, 2025. We're on our second one. So hopefully we're looking at other locations, Longview, maybe Nacogdoches, and then down. But that's, in the whole, not right away, but yeah. We hope to expand.
I'm sitting here trying to think, tell me some interesting things about stuff.
Some interesting things about myself.
Kay is a math genius. You can call out.
Yeah, they're called Rain Man. Well, there's really nothing too interesting about. Go ahead, you answer that one. On your own.
No, you're right. Talk about yourself.
Well, let me ask you this. What was the passion that you had?
Before when I was more sports, golf, football, baseball, anything sports related. Several injuries kind of dwarfed that. So now I'm kind of developing my artistic side, working on a lot of fun, like develop my other brain, that brain, whatever, is working on the artistry of the labels and kind of the creation of the wine.
Right.
That artistic side. So that's been a lot of fun doing that with Jefferson.
So you've always been a wine person?
Have I always been a wine person? No. My first love is beer. And so I was converted. But no, I've drank wine here and there for years, but now I appreciate it much more now. I just drink wine most of the time.
Thanks so much.
What are my interests outside of work? I mean, I'm a pretty communal-based person, so just any situation where I can get together, hang out with people, spend good quality time with friends. That's my inspiration right now. And music, but I'm not very good, so as much as he's telling me I'm good, I'm not. I'm definitely honest.
You have lost self-confidence. You have a lot of self-confidence.
Oh, I don't.
Let me ask you.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
But you can have, I mean, you are doing an amazing thing. I mean, you are a master roaster. So I mean,
That word. I don't know if I've mastered. I'm a learning roaster.
I don't know, man. Listen, you talking about 1,500 each, and you don't want to do it. So, I mean, that's a lot of skill and work to go behind. And you got diagrams and graphs you have to use. That's a lot.
There's so much. I liken it to my nephew's the viticulture, or vintner, I'm sorry, the winemaker in Carlton. And I just kind of see similarities between these two because there's so much that you can learn. Just you think it's so simple. Wine, it's not grapes, put in a bottle, you're done. There's so many. It's just so technical. You don't think so.
Even with wine and coffee, there's a lot of similarities, like tasting and figuring out tasting notes. Very close. I would definitely be interested in learning more about wine, for sure.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Although we're talking about interest, now we're talking about wine.
I'll say this is like an amazing opportunity for me. I'm sitting there when I was like, I gotta get you out on the podcast.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I was a little hesitant. I never done it.
Kay's just nervous.
Well, let me ask you, was it as bad as you thought it was going to be? Was it as bad as you thought it was going to be?
Oh, no, you made it great.
I'm trying to make it feel like a normal conversation.
Yeah.
I just one more thing I did want to ask you. When did you know it was the right time to open up this place in college? I mean, especially after the situation with COVID and everything. How did you know in 2022 you were going to pop this spot down right here?
Well, I wanted to be 2021. So things happen, twice as long, twice as much. It just kind of everything fell together the way we may have been, to be honest, we may have opened a lot earlier than we should have.
Live and you learn.
Yeah.
But so we're still learning some things along the way.
Well, this is my final question, I promise. What's the best advice you two can give somebody trying to be a master roaster? I got that right. Master roaster and a businessman that loves wine. Good.
Be ready to get your hands dirty. Doing a lot of stuff on your own, piecing things together. A lot of hard work, but hopefully you're around good people. That's what my answer would be. Worth it.
Know your wine, learn about your wine. There's always never 10,000 grapes in the world. There's 1,000 grapes, and you grow wine out of them. By 100 that are very always learn about the wine, try the wine, and it's a lifelong process.
I believe it. So, you guys got any promotions you guys want to advocate for? You guys got any events coming up?
Like I said, Jim Taylor will be playing tomorrow. He's awesome. And we hope to have several musicians in the future. And we'd like to do some more creative things. We talked about karaoke. We talked about like a sip and paint. So yeah, those are things within the works.
The restaurant now that it's actually open.
Yeah, we're kind of focusing on that. Just getting that going. This is going great. This site's going really good. It's 95% time, 98%. So not that isn't, but we're just trying to get that one going, and it will. It's great food, great service, great. We got a great chef. So nice ambience.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, so how'd it go?
To drink your wine now.
Thanks so much.
So normally when I come in, I start the roaster, get it up to temp. I roast at 400 degrees internal temperature. So that when the coffee comes in, it looks like this. This is called green coffee.
Got it.
And then normally I weigh it out. This roaster can handle about 10 pounds being the max at a time.
Okay.
But sometimes I'll do a little bit less. So whenever it gets up to 400 degrees, I load this hopper with the beans, and then I pull this lever which drops it down into this drum. And this drum is rotating, and I have complete control over the speed, the roasting air, which pushes air through the system. I have control of how much gas, which then turns how much heat and temperature.
Right.
Then it falls in this cooling tray, and this guy spins, and it pulls all the hot air down and out this ventilation tube right here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, now all of it's pumped outside so you can smell it.
That's smart.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a draw marketing strategy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly a little bit more complicated than that. With the way I use a roast log, so I can keep the consistency. So that's the most important part about roasting, is being able to recreate the same roast profile every time. And the only way we can do that is trying to eliminate as many variables as possible. Yeah, then once it's cool, I drop it into these buckets, put them in bags, seal them, and then put them up front for retail and for espresso shots as well. These are some of our labels. So right now we have 4 origins. I have Ethiopia.
Okay.
It's a natural and it's organic. And then I have Brazil,
Got it.
Guatemala, and Colombian.
So all these are shipped in.
Yes. I have a coffee distributor called Convoy Coffee. And they ethically source from farms. And you can see some of these bags, like this is our Ethiopian bag. It's got a cool little fella running. This is the Brazil. So it's kind of cool. I mean, all of them. One of my favorites are Colombian bags, though. Let's see if I got one over there. It's got this cool little. Oh, might trick me. Sometimes they have parrots on them, you know.
That's a very beautiful bag.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, so this is your favorite coffee right here?
My favorite coffee, that's my favorite coffee bag. I'm an Ethiopian guy. I like floral, a lot of fruit, kind of funky.
Right.
So the natural process gives you that. And that basically means they let the cherry naturally fall off versus washing it off.
Right.
So it has a lot more of the fruity components.
It's just like, so this is when you come get here in the morning, you have to roast. This is your personal area.
Yeah.
So how much time do you normally spend in this area?
Depending on the week. I mean, we're pretty low volume right now. The hope is, because I manage the front side as well, the hope is for me to be over here more, but maybe 10 to 15 hours a week. So we're pretty slow coffee-wise, and that's intentional just until we can get some marketing up. We're about to move the roaster, so trying not to do so much that kind of overwhelms me. But yeah, that's the simplistic version of what I do. But most of the time when I'm in here and it's heating up, I'm listening to podcasts or music. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.